Ready, set, go. Time for the show. Joe Audio and my bro Paco about to bring that laugh attack. Yeah, about that. Make you laugh out loud, cause this is where it's at.
This the best podcast that you'll ever hear. It's nice and comforting just for your ears. We got gimmicks and skits with limitless wits, making other podcasters just quit. Yo, what's up, everybody? It's the Manly Cop Paco. I'm posted up in the cut like a bandage.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Joe Audio right here representing for Yeah About That, the podcast.
What up, everyone? It's me, Rachel.
It's anonymously here, otherwise known as LaLa.
That's what's up, man. We got the full Yeah About That cast in full flux here today. We're going to go ahead and review an album that was picked out by Rachel. Now, Rachel, why don't you tell them what album you're going to review?
Today we're going to review the Kid Cudi Man on the Moon album. It was his debut album. And it says Man on the Moon, the end of the day.
No, it doesn't say
End of day.
End
of day. Sorry. Now I'm acting like LaLa's grandma and adding extra words that don't need to be there.
Facts.
All right. So, I mean, why did you pick this album? Like,
what kind of significance does it have within the scope of your life? If you don't mind elaborating for us.
I just liked the way it sounded when it came out. It was pretty dope. He was new. I was just retiring from smoking marijuana, and it still gave you that like chill vibes, and I liked it.
Definitely real chill.
Yeah.
Okay, so
would you say this is an album designed specifically for 80s babies?
I'd say 80s, 90s.
Yeah, I would say that too.
I don't know about like 2000s and up, but
nobody does.
No,
they're all idiots.
They're out here listening to Post Malone. So
Comethazine, stupid names like that. Okay, let's go ahead and get.
All right. So before we get into the rating system, let's go ahead and talk about the cover. So this is the cover right here.
LaLa, please give us your thoughts on the cover.
The cover is actually pretty lit, man. The only thing I could think of that could be better with the cover that just annoys me is that like the head, it like fades into above the moon.
Okay.
It should just be fading into the moon, not above the moon. But it's a pretty dope cover.
Well, you don't see that it's kind of like the dust blowing.
Yeah, but I still think it'd be better.
You didn't understand that part. Okay.
Wow, Joe Audio is being very hateful towards LaLa this entire time.
Okay. It's okay for you to make comments and then okay. So
look at Joe Audio is very on edge. I don't know if you guys can tell. It's that time of month for him.
Rachel, what is your opinion on the album cover?
I think it's dope. I like the colors. It's like when this came out, it was really like new. Yeah. He has a nice haircut. Sunglasses are those reflective like aviators.
Yeah.
I just think it's cool. I think it's cool how it like blends out, how his mind is the moon. Like,
yeah,
it's pretty cool. I like it.
Paco?
You know what? It reminds me of the iPhone. You know, the iPhone box? That's what it reminds me of. And I don't like it.
Wow.
iPhone box?
I don't know.
How so?
He doesn't know what he's
talking about. It reminds me of it, Joe.
Oh, I see. Because like on the iPhone box, inside of the iPhone, it has like a display of how the graphics are supposed to look or whatever.
Yeah.
It has like that.
On the box, it had a picture of like the Earth or something on one of them. It kind of reminds me of that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, this album.
I didn't know I had to explain myself every time.
No, I was just asking a question. Like,
oh, sorry, you said that?
Yeah.
Okay, then it's cool.
Wow. So, yeah, I mean, the album cover, like, honestly, for me, like, was kind of weird at the time and still is. Like, honestly, if I looked at the album cover by itself without knowing the artist or the songs on it, I probably wouldn't pick this up. So it's just.
You wouldn't think it was what it was, right?
Yeah, it's very abstract and weird. So I honestly wouldn't pick it up, if I just saw it there. So.
Cool.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into the 4-part secret recipe for doing an album review. All right.
Paco?
Criteria 1.
LaLa, please start it off with the beats. What do you think?
Actually, the beats were pretty sick. Not even gonna lie. Not even gonna cap. They're pretty sick, man. I'm gonna give them
in general.
5. Yeah, in general.
A 5?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
We couldn't tell who said yeah.
I said, yeah.
All right.
Rachel.
Yes, Rachel.
5 from me. They were like fresh, new, exciting.
I don't know about their fresh and new.
They were at the
fresh and
time,
new.
not now. Not
Yeah.
now.
Wow.
Okay.
You went to college. Okay, my turn.
Yes, I did.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna give it a 3. Some of the beats I did not care for, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And but you know what? It's what he likes to do, man. And the beats, they weren't bad. They weren't Swiss beats bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kanye West made most of them.
I'm gonna change it to a 4. You know, just because Conway West.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna give the beats a 5. You know, like all these beats like were banging. The vibe on the beats, like the energy on the beats, like they really complement the songs, like when the rapping and the singing and whatever might be going on, and the overall tone of the album. So I'm gonna say a 5 just because of how well they're executed. And there's not like any trackable songs because of the beats. Like they really sound good. All right, so let's go ahead and get into criteria number 2, which is lyrics. We'll have LaLa go ahead and start out first. Lyrics.
The lyrics, he's not really like a lyricist. I wouldn't say he's like a top tier lyricist, but I'm gonna give him a 3, like a middle.
3.
He's
Yeah.
no Comethazine.
All right.
He's no little Xanax or whatever. He's no Emily Chopper.
All right, Rachel, what do you give the lyrics on a scale of 1 to 5?
I'm gonna give it a 5. It was his debut album, and it was dope. Like for your first like real like out there album, people are paying for and shit.
Yeah.
That was pretty dope.
All right, Paco.
I'm gonna give the lyrics a 5. These lyrics, they what?
I was ready for you to go like excited. I'm gonna give these lyrics a 1.
No, I'm gonna give him a 5.
Yeah.
These lyrics are very real. I feel they
Yeah.
come from a real place. When it comes to expressing himself, this guy, he really does it.
Yeah.
And you know the way he shapes the stories and stuff, and the way he lets you.
He was a modern emo kid.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
it's very emo. That's why I didn't really care for a lot of it, but it
Yeah.
did seem real to me.
Yeah, no, lyrics definitely 5. I mean, I agree just of how real, like everything he's saying, like you can actually understand like the emotions, the feelings, whatever he's going through as far as like depression and all that. Like you understand like that mindset he's having. He paints a very like vivid picture. And then in the words and everything, just like they hit. So it's definitely a good album.
He reminds me, like, if you just listen to the music, it reminds me of like those kids that would wear like the skinny jeans and Vans, and then they'd be like a hip hop t-shirt. Like
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it
Yeah.
would make
Well,
me
I mean,
think.
that's kind of how he dressed too.
this album you can really just open a box of Cheez-Its and chill with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could just like
Our
literally be winding down.
cheese whiz and crackers.
No, Cheez-Its.
Yeah.
It's
All right. So let's go ahead and move on. Since we all gave our criteria 2. Criteria number 3, hooks. For this one, we'll have LaLa start since you haven't started yet.
the hooks. I don't know about the hooks. It was more about into the like lyrics in the beats. The hooks weren't the greatest hooks. Like the song wasn't based on the hooks, so they didn't need to be that good.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give them a 3 also.
A 3?
Yeah.
All right, Rachel.
I'm probably gonna give it a 5. I mean, it was all smooth transition. There was nothing like fucked up or sounded all like wishy-washy or up and down with it. It was just like a smooth like 5, just like continuous. The hooks were good. Yeah. The whole vibe was just like you know, like chill, like
okay.
you know, just everything. It was all gone like put together nicely.
All right. All right. Mr. PACO.
Yeah. You know what? The hooks, I liked them. They were number 4. They were number 4 for me.
Oh my god.
Just the way that, you know, they were thought out. They weren't like DMX and Swiss Beats teaming up to do a song.
Yeah.
They were actually thought out, you know. And, you know, I could appreciate them to a certain extent.
Yeah.
It just ropes you in.
Yeah, no, but honestly, some of the hooks were too emo for me. I don't.
But nobody asked you if you felt emo. Were the hooks good or not good?
Well, yeah, exactly. If you don't like something, that's going to be not good to you. So, I mean, that's a valid point for Paco.
I don't like emo stuff and people that are more difficult than women.
Emos
that's all I'm saying.
Emos were the ones wearing their hair like Justin Bieber before Justin Bieber wore his hair like that.
And then once Justin Bieber did that, no, we don't want that no more.
They ended up getting fades.
What's that?
I'm just giving you guys props and laughing.
Paco needs to calm down.
All right, so for the hooks, you know, I am gonna give it a 4. The hooks were really good, and like some of these songs, like I just remember the hook.
Yeah.
They're playing in my mind right now talking about this album. But as you know, Paco was saying, the emo vibe of it, and then some of those hooks kind of like just take you like, or maybe to a place where you don't want to be type of deal. Like it just didn't feel like the vibe of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 4.
All I can hear right now in my head is that oh that like song.
Oh, that was on this album?
Yes.
So wait, what album did we listen to?
You guys are stupid.
Okay. So let's go ahead and move on to criteria number 4, which is
Features.
I'm gonna do something different here.
Oh, you gonna switch it
LaLa
up?
started off.
Oh man. Yeah, about that.
The features, I guess they kind of went, but like I don't know. To me, this overall album was just like an average album, so I'm gonna give the features a 3 also.
It's no comethazine, people. You got to remember that.
All right, Rachel.
I'm gonna give the features
Why are you doing that?
a 4. They did a good job, but I didn't know any of them except for
Kanye West.
Well, obviously
Conway West, yeah, and who else?
Common was featured on there.
Wale.
Yeah,
Common.
a bunch of common people were on
But
here.
that's it. That like I didn't really know them, but they went with the vibes.
Yeah. Paco.
You know, they didn't bring the album down at all. I'm giving it a 5.
Kanye West was on it, so that's why you gave it a 5.
Yeah. Just he's
the presidential nominee Kanye West
Yes.
was on it.
Conway West was one of my favorites.
Yeah, 5. Definitely a 5. Like everyone was really good on their features.
Nobody brought the album down.
No.
They elevated it. Like actually, it was kind of more exciting to listen to the features on some parts than Kid Cudi. Now Kid Cudi wasn't whack on it. It's just, you know, it was a different vibe and different energy on it. So it was really good to hear that and see that. When I say see that, I mean music videos. Just to clarify. But yeah, no, I'm gonna give it a 5.
That was out of left field.
Yeah, well,
Joe never gives 5s for anything.
I mean, most of the other criteria were 5s, but let's go ahead and get that tallied up.
All right.
As we tally that up for the Kid Cudi Man on the Mood, the end of day. Let's go ahead and talk about our favorite tracks on the album.
Yeah.
So, Anonymous A, if you would like to bless us with your favorite track.
Showing you the track list right in front of you.
It's okay.
My favorite track was Soundtrack to My Life, I guess, because that one was the most familiar one that I heard. You know, I heard that one the most before, except for the other one. I go, wah, wah, you know.
No, but okay. Yes. No, but that's a good song. I would have picked that, but you picked it first. So here we go. And we're back. Rachel, if you would please tell us which song you liked the most on this album.
I picked Solo Dolo. It's in my head right now. I just liked it. I was vibing with it.
Yes. Some heavy breathing on the microphone.
Paco is getting real stressed. Too much CBD.
All right. So Solo Do. Let's get into that. Mr. PACO.
Yeah.
I know you've been graciously waiting for this moment.
Graciously breathing.
So let us know your favorite track on Kid Cudi's Man on the Moon, The End of Day.
I like the spaceship songs. When he's rapping about working at the Gap and stuff. And it really gives you a feel that he has been in the working force. He knows what he's doing.
Wait, what? What song did you pick?
Pursuit of Happiness.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, what are you talking about? He only listened to 3 tracks on this
No, I heard the whole
album.
thing.
No, he listened to it. Okay.
I'm shocked.
I am too.
All right. So we just played Paco's song. So I'm gonna pick. You know, like it's kind of crazy because since I went last, like I had to pick another song. One of the songs I was gonna pick was the song that Alex picked, and then another
Who's
song I was
Alex
gonna,
again?
some guy that emailed us his favorite song because but anyway, on a separate unrelated note, Anonymous A, he picked Soundtrack to My Life, and that's one of the songs I was gonna pick. And then Paco goes and picks Pursuit of Happiness, another song I was gonna pick. And then if I had to pick a third one, I was gonna pick Solo Dolo, and then Rachel picks it. So I'm gonna pick Intergalactic because that song actually
That's on the Beastie Boys album. That's not on this one.
Intergalactic,
Enter.
planetary.
E, not an I. Intergalactic. Because that song, like just the hook, like sticks in my mind most in that one.
It does what to your mind?
Sticks in my mind.
Wow.
All right. Okay. So
And we're black.
we're back. So I got all these totals added up. Who would like to go first? Who should go first?
Let's do something out kind of outside the box here. LaLa.
Wow, generous.
LaLa. So you gave this a 14 out of 20. Do you feel like that accurately represents how you feel about the album?
No.
Higher, lower?
Lower by
Lower.
4. Like I said, I think it's an average album. Actually, I say a 12 would actually accurately represent because it is like an average, but it's like a little bit above the average album.
Yeah. Well, because it came out like before you were born or
Yeah.
something, right?
Yeah.
No.
No?
Yeah. 3 years before he was
Yeah,
born.
so that's why you can't relate. But no, it's cool. I mean, at least it's not a whack album to you, so 14's cool. All right. Who's next? Rachel?
Yes.
Okay, Rachel.
Yeah, Rachel, please.
Rachel.
Thank you. Rachel is whack, remember?
Rachel gave this a 19 out of 20. Almost a perfect score.
Almost.
So how do you feel about that?
Wasn't no Chronic 2001, but
Yeah.
I feel like it met all the criteria, got the right judgment.
Yes.
I enjoyed it.
All right. And then Paco. Paco gave this an 18 out of 20.
Now
Yeah.
he's suicidal. That's why he's all crazy now.
You know what? The machine doesn't make mistakes. When they put an album out like this, it's for a reason.
So does that I mean
He's saying yes, he
18?
agrees.
You agree with 18?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, suicidal. He turned into an emo because he heard this album. He vibed with it so hard that he's pissed because he wanted to hate on it more.
Yeah.
No, he did. You know, like when
Yeah,
before
he texted me a bunch of times talking shit.
before he actually listened to the full album through, he was like
Talking
hating
shit
on
the
it.
whole
Yeah.
time.
Then after he listened to it, he's like, you know what? It wasn't so bad.
When I suggested, he was like, "Oh, fuck that album."
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
you did.
So
It's one of the worst albums. No, it's not. It's a good album sometimes.
Yeah.
then I gave it a 19 out of
Depends
20.
how high you are.
A 19 out of 20, which is pretty good. You know, I almost was gonna give it a 20 out of 20. But I consciously kind of made sure it's not a 20 out of 20. Like there's a lot of nostalgic that kind
Wasn't West Side
of
Connection.
plays up. Yeah. I mean, like I used to play this song a lot. I mean, this album a lot. And even when we listened to it again, I listened to it a few different times, and I don't know. I just got out of that vibe mode, so it's just like I couldn't feel it that much anymore. So it's not like a perfect replay album, like. But anyway, 19 out of 20.
Yeah.
And that concludes our album review of Kid Cudi's "Man on the Moon."
Hey, you know what? Speaking of West Side Connection, that's coming up next week.
Yeah.
Who wants to be a part of it? Who you want to be a part of it?
Yes,
You want to be a part of
I'm a
it?
part of it.
Keen's going to be a part of it, and Jay's going to be a part of it.
Sir.
Also,
West Side
I'm going to exclude myself from that one.
You should. You should, Paco. You sleep with it on when you're sleeping, breathing, eating.
That album was my life. When I
Paco
was 10 years
lives
old.
by West Side Connection.
Yeah. Now we've done this one before, but we're gonna redo it again.
Just main reason I wanted to bring it back is because Gene is from Australia. This fool only kind of dabbles with East Coast, dog.
Yeah.
Does
I was saying
Australia
West
even
Coast-
have a West Side?
Coast is better, dog.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, definitely. I'm excited to go over this again just because I love listening to that album. So, you know, before we all give it 20s, we'll go ahead and do a critical review.
Yeah, we just like to enlighten fools.
But
Name
Yeah.
Gene.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess we're gonna be right back. We're gonna take a quick break here, and then about 5-10 minutes, and then we'll be back with You Know What's Whack and recommendations.
And